Hi! Today marks the 2-year anniversary of my Chiari Malformation surgery, and to me it's a really big day because I guess like along my journey I googled so many things about Chiari Malformation and the surgery and all of that, and the 2-year mark is how long scar tissue can form up to, is what I read. And so I feel like today I am where I'm going to be like for the rest of my life, and I'm really happy about it because I feel great. Thinking back to that day 2 years ago in the hospital kind of makes me emotional a little bit, and I think it's because it was such a life-changing experience. For those who haven't seen my other videos, I have a Chiari Malformation type 1, and all throughout like my childhood I had pain in the back of my neck, and it would radiate to like the top of my skull and into like my forehead. It felt like my head was going to explode. There's so much pressure and pain. I just thought it was normal. So I didn't really say anything about it. I just lived with it. But living with it meant being careful how I laughed, how hard I laughed. Let's see, doing things like sit-ups, just regular things that, you shouldn't really have to think about. Anything that causes strain. So as I got older, it got worse. I started to get really, really severe pain, and it reached a point that at 29 years old that the pain would make me feel like I was going to pass out. I'd have to sit down and put my head down like this to somehow relieve the pressure, and it was getting scary because there was no way that I could deal with that for the rest of my life. If it got worse, I mean, I can't even imagine. So, 2 years ago, that pain was taken away. And these past 2 years, although it's been a learning process of what my life is going to be like, I guess has been eye-opening, but also it's changed for the better by far. I'm just going to name a few things that I noticed that I'm going to have to watch the rest of my life so that I don't irritate where the surgery was done, and just to trigger like pain and stuff. So any kind of jolt that like might make my head go forward, or falling down, that causes pretty severe pain. If I lay wrong in bed and I have pressure on the back of my neck, I can wake up with it hurts. My pain level isn't insane, but it's uncomfortable at times. But I'll take that any day over having pain every single day. And let's see. Obviously, I can't play contact sports. Thank goodness I never thought about becoming a football player, because that wouldn't have been able to happen. So I don't know, I picked the right dream of not becoming one. So I'm just gonna go back to 2 years ago and what I was feeling on this day. I went to the hospital in the morning, and they prepped me for surgery. It took them about 7 times to get the IV in my hand because I was pretty dehydrated because I couldn't have water, so they're having trouble getting the IV in, but they did it. And I was positive the whole time. I had great support, and after they were done prepping me for surgery, I said goodbye to my family, and they wheeled me away on a hospital bed. And that experience was almost exactly how you see in the movies. You go down the sterile hallway on this hospital bed, and there's 2 doors, like, to the operating room. And when they open, it's white, it's sterile, it's very professional, quiet. I mean, all these machines and medical tools. It was interesting. And so from there, they had me talking just to make sure that I wasn't, like, too nervous. And I, of course, chose to talk about my dogs. And here's one of them, Miss Chevy's, or Chevy. I just call her that. And I talked about them until they gave me the whatever medication they gave me to calm me down and put me to sleep. So the last thing I remember is counting to 10 in French, and then hitting 11 and not remembering like what 12 was. So I started to count backwards, but I did not make it very far. And the next thing that I remembered was waking up in the recovery room, and there was 1 or 2 nurses in there. At one point there were 2 nurses in there, and I just remember not wanting to go to sleep because I was so excited to see my family. And time for me for that passed, like, it was like 5 minutes, but apparently it was more like 30 to an hour. And the funny thing, I think it's hilarious because, like, I don't know, when you're under anesthesia and you come out of it and you're on like painkillers, you say some and do some silly things. I had my hospital gown on, and they had to do a catheter because, of course, I wasn't going to be able to get up and walk for at least for that day. And I kept pulling my dressing gown up, and because I was so hot, like, I just felt like I was burning up, and the nurses had to keep pulling it down, and I can't imagine what they were thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. All I knew was, like, I have to cool down. There was just I didn't think about what I was exposing to the world. But I'm sure hospitals have seen it all, so I'm sure it was fine. But I think it's funny that was what I decided that was okay to do. And so after that, I didn't have any pain. I was very much medicated. I got to my hospital room, and I had my family waiting there, and I was so excited to see them. It was, I don't know, like, that feeling of getting to see them and them seeing me, knowing that everything was okay, was just awesome. And from there, I just know that I wouldn't stop talking, and I have no idea what I talked about, everything and anything, because it was hours. I think I talked probably for like 6 hours, 8 hours, I have no idea, but I didn't stop. I didn't want to go to sleep. It was just, who knows. Then that night, I think things started to, like, wind down, and I started to feel the actual pain come through from the surgery. And, sorry, excuse me. And that was, I'm going to be completely honest, and that was the worst pain I ever felt in my life. I was stuck in a position that I couldn't move. Like, my body just, like, locked up and froze. And my neck hurt so bad. Like, I was apologizing because I thought I was going to die. And I was just, I'm sorry that this is happening. I felt so bad. And the nurses were just amazing, and they got me some more medicine, a different kind that it took a little while to work. And my mom sat next to my bed and prayed next to me while I, got through that really bad pain. And I don't really know why my voice is getting shaky when I think about this, but I think it's because the experience itself, it was just so life-changing. And I'm so glad that I did it. And I wasn't scared. I don't think anybody should really be scared of that surgery. The pain that you feel during, like, recovery is, it goes away. It gets better, and it gets better rather quickly. And so to just deal with that pain was worth it, because for the rest of my life now, I can laugh as hard as I want for as long as I want. And that is what, like, I love laughing. Laughing and smiling and being positive is, like, what I love to do. And so, yeah, I guess it sounds kind of silly, but I remember specific times throughout these couple of years where I was laughing so hard that that came into my mind that if I hadn't had this surgery, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy those moments. And they are very memorable moments that I will always remember and cherish. So, what else? I think that my journey with the Chiari Malformation is basically over as far as getting it fixed and improved. Like I said, I'm super happy with the results. And sometimes my neck, I can crack my neck pretty good now. I think that has to do with when they had to remove some of my, like, C1 and C2. But it doesn't hurt. It's just like it's cool, because I never was someone who could pop my neck, but now I can. But anyway, that was really random. So over the course of 2 years, I'm just so grateful for all of it. And now I feel like this 2-year mark has passed, and I'm ready to just live. I'm ready for life. And what I might start talking about a little more, and I've mentioned in other videos, is my struggle with an anxiety disorder. And that's what I want to conquer next, because I conquered Chiari. And I'm really proud that I did that, and that I was so strong throughout it, because I can look back and feel like I can do anything. So, anyway, the panic disorder, it's rough, but there's, I've made a lot of progress over the past couple years with that too, and I don't see anything but success with that. So, because my channel is called A Dose of Emily, I think it's going to be focused on my health and healthy habits, maybe not even health things that necessarily relate to me, that maybe can help somebody else. Because really, in this world, and the reason I have this channel is to help people and to make other people's lives better in any way that you can. And I believe in God with all my heart, and I believe that everything happens for a reason. So I think it's definitely my duty to share my story and to answer any of your questions, and help you through any concerns, or be a support to you during your illness. Like I said, I've dealt mostly with Chiari Malformation. I have some like heart palpitation type things. It's a benign arrhythmia. It's still kind of scary. And then again with the anxiety disorder, I'm still trying to see how all those interconnect, or if they do, if they don't. I think there's just going to be some learning that keeps going on with me, and I hope to share that with you, and I hope that you share with me your experiences, and please ask me anything, and I wish the best for all of you. God bless. Thank you for watching my videos, because it means a lot to know that you can help someone by just saying a few words. And so if you have any requests or anything, please let me know. I'm an open book. I will share whatever I need to help you guys. So again, 2 years, exactly 2 years. I feel great. It's been a great day, and I couldn't have asked for a better outcome, and it's all thanks to God and His answer to not only my prayers, but His grace and His willingness and wanting to help us survive on earth and continue our journey and do what He wants us to do in this world, whatever that may be for each individual. So this was just a video I knew I wanted to make on the 2nd year anniversary of my surgery, because to me, I am moving forward to the next thing. And I'm going to keep improving and keep you guys updated. I love you all, and God bless, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.